Welcome back to Reviews Inside TV, your trusted space for no-fluff, deep-dive product reviews where every detail matters. Whether you're hunting for your next daily driver or just curious about what's new, we break it all down for you. Today, we're unpacking the MALLRACE AX17, billed as a 2025 traditional laptop with a 17.3-inch FHD display, the latest 12th Gen Alder Lake N97 processor, 16GB RAM, and 512GB SSD. It also packs a 6,000 mAh battery and comes in a sleek silver chassis. Let's take a closer look at what it really brings to the table. At first glance, the AX17 positions itself as a performance-forward laptop tailored for productivity and multimedia. Inside, it houses the 12th Gen Intel Alder Lake N97, a quad-core chip with speeds up to 3.6 GHz. The 16GB DDR4 RAM is a welcome sight, rare at this price point, and the 512GB SSD ensures snappy boot times and enough room for software, files, and a sizable media library. The 17.3-inch IPS panel offers a full HD experience with a thin bezel design that maximizes screen space while keeping the chassis compact for its class. For connectivity, it's well equipped with HDMI, USB 3.2 ports, a Type-C for data, and Bluetooth 5.0 alongside Wi-Fi 802.11 AC for faster browsing and downloading. In real-world testing, setup was refreshingly straightforward. Windows 11 Home booted fast, the initial configuration didn't lag, and the user interface remained responsive even with multiple browser tabs, spreadsheets, and a media player running in tandem. The screen, while not color accurate enough for serious design work, is bright enough for movies and daily work. The keyboard is comfortably spaced with decent travel, though it lacks backlighting, which might be a deal breaker for some. Video calls on Zoom and Google Meet were smooth, thanks to the centered webcam and solid Wi-Fi performance. As for battery life, the 6,000 mAh pack offered close to 4.5 to 5 hours in mixed use, which is average, decent for on-the-go work, but not all-day endurance. Now's a good time to hit that like button if you're finding this helpful. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an in-depth review from Reviews Inside TV. We've got a lot more coming your way. Let's talk strengths and weaknesses. On the plus side, the processor punches above its weight for this category. 16GB RAM is a standout, and the 512GB SSD is both roomy and quick. The build is surprisingly sturdy thanks to the metal casing, and the port selection is generous for a budget productivity laptop. On the downside, the display could use a boost in color depth. The speakers are passable at best, and the lack of a backlit keyboard feels like a missed opportunity. In terms of value for money, the AX17 makes a compelling case. When you stack the specs against similarly priced competitors, most of them still sit at 8GB RAM or lower-end chips. While the display and battery life aren't top tier, they're serviceable, and the performance you get in return more than justifies the cost. It's a budget-friendly workhorse for students, remote professionals, or casual users who need more screen real estate and memory without breaking the bank. Compared to similar offerings in the under $500 category, the AX17's biggest advantage is its RAM and storage combo. Many rivals still rely on eMMC storage or lower-tier Celeron CPUs. However, those other models often deliver sharper displays or longer battery lives. So it really depends on what your priority is, performance or screen quality. The construction feels solid in hand, no creaky joints or flex in the keyboard deck. The aluminum casing gives it a premium edge, while still keeping things lightweight enough for portability. While we haven't had long-term usage to assess true durability, the physical design doesn't cut corners, which bodes well for longevity. We didn't need to reach out to MALLRACE support during our testing, but based on the brand's stated offer of lifetime tech support and a 12-month warranty, they're aiming to build consumer confidence. The inclusion of a responsive service guarantee is definitely worth noting if you're the type who values post-purchase peace of mind. If you're considering alternatives, you might look at models like the Chewy HeroBook Pro or BMAX Y13 if you're willing to trade performance for a lower price and a more compact size. They offer solid build and reasonable performance, but the AX17 still comes out ahead in multitasking and storage. So what's the final word on the MALLRACE AX17? It's not flawless, but it's incredibly competent where it counts. With a powerful N97 CPU, a generous helping of RAM and SSD, and a spacious 17.3-inch display, it fulfills its promise as a budget-friendly productivity machine. It's not aimed at gamers or creatives, but for work, school, or general home use, it's a smart pick for anyone needing more power than the typical entry-level laptop. If your needs lean toward everyday multitasking with occasional media use, this one fits the bill. Thanks for tuning in to Reviews Inside TV. You'll find the product link waiting in the comments box below. Let us know if you've tried this one out or if you've got questions we didn't cover. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep your tech sharp and your reviews sharper, because at Reviews Inside TV, we don't just look inside the box, we look inside the truth.